Alright, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today I want to do our daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin Miner update weekend edition. So I did not do one yesterday. We've been pretty flat all weekend, but there's a lot of news to go through, and I put some new schedules together that I want to go through with everybody. So got a lot coming at you. I'll try to be quick. Please, everybody, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button, it helps a lot. Okay, let's see what's happening with Bitcoin this weekend. I'm going to start in the reverse order. I usually start on the 15-minute time frame with the Bitcoin chart. Today I'm going to start on the 1 week time frame because I think it's the most telling of all of them, and then we will go backwards from there and dig a little deeper and see what all of it means. We're also going to look at a couple of analysis of how the Bitcoin miners have behaved over the last few weeks and the last month. I've put some charts together for that, so we'll get to that next, but first I want to go through the Bitcoin chart itself. We're very sideways right now. So this is the Bitcoin chart on the 1 week schedule. So each one of these candles represents 1 week. We're at the beginning of this week, and it's a so far slightly green candle. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then really 5 weeks where we have been sitting on or about this line here at $20,000. You can see these 4 weeks in a row. I mean, these candles are topping out at almost the identical spot. So this is very sideways activity. So I know as we zoom in, it looks like there's a lot of ups and downs and volatility, but the reality is for the last month, we have been consolidating. I do believe that we have found a bottom. I think the longer this goes on, the more likely that is true. You'll see it was now over 1 month ago that we flash crashed down to 17,585. That has remained the bottom. We've been up and down between around 18.5 and 22.5 ever since, but you can see we've got 4 candles in a row here that look awfully similar, and they all seem to be holding this line. This line is just under $20,000. This was the previous high from the previous bull cycle back in 2017. So this is a 4.5 year line, and you can see it looks like we've really settled in on that. So next I want to go to the 1 day chart, but I want to talk about one thing in specific. You will see on this chart, so each one of these candles represents 1 day. This green line right here is the 200 week moving average for Bitcoin. So this is only the 3rd time in the history of Bitcoin that we've ever gone below the 200 week moving average. The other 2 times we got right back above it within days. Sometimes we hung around that for a while once we got back above it, but we have never had an extended period below the 200 week moving average. This is an absolute first for Bitcoin. We are now over a month into being under the 200 week moving average. We did candle wick up and touch this 1 day on July 8th about a week ago, and you can see from there it was red day after red day straight down and retesting our line of support here. So you can see our line of support, we keep going a little bit below it each one of these times, but essentially this line has held. Again, I am saying I think this is the low. I think I'm in the minority on that. I know a lot of people are expecting a lot lower prices. Now, having said that, I won't be surprised if we retest some of the prices we've been to. I won't be surprised to see us retest 20 or 19 or even 18, potentially even flash crash down to match this bottom. I don't think that's likely, but we could do it. But by and large, this is a very strong period of consolidation, and it's in an oversold position relative to anything that Bitcoin's ever been at. We are in new territory. So some of all the old rules we used to use and the crypto winter and the 4-year cycle and plan B, a lot of those things have really fallen apart one thing at a time over the last 6 or 7 months. This is a new cycle. So we've got to be careful, and we can look at history. They say history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. Right now it's not even rhyming. So I think we got to be really careful and look at the data we have right now, not so much these long-term cycles that we've been involved in, because there are a series of this is the first time Bitcoin ever did fill in the blank. And in this instance, this is the first time Bitcoin's ever spent a month considerably under the 200 week moving average. But you can see even with this is absolutely sideways activity. I mean, you couldn't get more up and down in a straight line. So this zoomed in shows we seem to be trading up and down in a very tight range, right? We've done this 1, 2, 3 times now. What we're waiting to find out is, can we get back above? Can we test this 200 week moving average? I'm finding it strange that we're not at least giving this a bigger test. Yes, we did candle wick to it 1 time and just touch it. So we did technically test this and get rejected, but I'm expecting to go test this again. And like I said, we've never spent this much time under the 200 week moving average. I am expecting us to get back above that sooner than later. Okay, I want to look at the Bitcoin 4-hour time frame, because I think this is the one that's going to tell us where we're going over the next few days. I think we looked at a cycle where over the last month we've been consolidating. Yes, we've had some volatility up and down, but we've essentially been sideways for over a month. What I am looking to see is what direction are we going in the next few days. And I think the 4-hour chart is going to give us our best indicator. And unfortunately, it's very ambiguous, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So obviously here again, you can see we've had this up and down activity. We're just zoomed in on it a little bit more. This yellow line right here is where we closed on Friday. This is where Bitcoin was when the equity markets closed on Friday in the US. And that was at 21,156. We are right now at 21,000, just popped over and under that. So we're within $100 basically of where we were at the end of the day on Friday. And it's now mid to late day on Sunday. And, you know, we did dip down below that for a part of the weekend. You'll see if I zoom into just the last 5 days of activities, we've got a little bit of momentum going here. We seem to be setting higher highs and higher lows. So right now, this was the previous low, and that was on the 16th, which was yesterday. Today is the 17th, and we're having a pullback right now. So this is an important pullback. So we really want to stay above this low, which was at around 20,500. So we're about 500 points away from that now. At the moment, we seem to be holding that just fine. But what I want to do is look at the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so if we look at this on the 4-hour time frame, what we've been doing, we've been tracking this period, which was June 30th to July 7th. So that was the first week of July. You can see in that week, we had a lot of upward momentum, and you can see on the 4-hour RSI, we ran from oversold all the way to overbought. That is a nice run up. So all I did is I copied this green arrow and moved it over here, because for days we've been following a similar pattern. So you can see it on the chart and you can see it on the RSI. But right now we're in a critical moment because we're having this downward pressure right here. And that's creating this downward pressure right here on the Bitcoin price. So we need to get back onto this green line. We have drifted above and below it, so nothing right now is outside of the norm, but we're on the brink right now. If we get below 50 on the 4-hour RSI, I think we will have broken out of this cycle. So we need to see some momentum shift over the next overnight, really. We need to see this line move back up towards the green arrow. So all of this was leading us to a goal of getting up to this line here just under $23,000. That would set a higher high from where we were on July 7th at $22,400. So that has been the goal of this run. So we're right on the brink here. We do not want to run out of steam now. So it's going to be tonight is going to be very important overnight. The next couple of 4-hour candles need to start moving back up towards this green arrow if we hope to break through and get through this line just under $23,000. Okay, so lastly, I want to go back to the 1-day time frame and look at the daily RSI, because what I want to look at is we've done the same thing here, and we've been talking about this for over a month now. I took this yellow arrow from early in May to early in June. We had a run up on the RSI. You'll see in that same time frame, we were very sideways with Bitcoin. We got to 50 on the RSI a couple of different times. We got rejected both times. So as a result of that, unfortunately, all this momentum on the RSI on the daily time frame amounted in really just sideways activity, because it's really above 50 on the daily RSI where Bitcoin starts to get nice moves to the upside. So we're in the exact same situation again. This yellow arrow here is an exact duplicate of this one. So we have been following this along. This has now extended out a little further, and you can see yesterday we got to 49. Today we're just about 48. So what we want to be careful of is we did just have a top a few days ago at 47 and 47. So the question is going to be right now, is this another double top? Did we actually just redo this whole thing and have a double top here, run the same line and have a double top here? Or can we get above 50 on the daily RSI? If we can do that, that's when I think we can take our run up to 23,000 and potentially beyond there. And again, I'm expecting this to be a relief rally. I don't think this signals a long-term change in the price of Bitcoin. I do think the odds are still in our favor that we get the rest of this run that we seem to be in the middle of. All right, I want to finish out by talking about the Bitcoin miners. I just want to go through a few charts that I put together, and these are super simple charts. This is a chart of the performance of each one of these stocks over the last month. This is from June 16th to July 16th. So that's a 1-month period. So you'll see the Bitcoin miner stocks are not trading in unison at all. We have some winners and losers over the course of the last month. So I just wanted to show you guys some trends that are happening. BitDigital is up 32.8% over the course of the last month. So that is the most out of any. Riot is up 23%. Marathon's up 22%. Hive is up 22%. Cypher Ether is up just under 22%. So these seem to be the big winners. But on the other side of this coin, Mawson is down 42% in the same period of time that BitDigital is up 33%. So there's big discrepancies here in the activity over the course of the last month. So again, if we want to look at the losers, if you will, over the last month, it's Mawson down 42%, Core Scientific down almost 30%, TerraWolf is down 24%, Gree is down 16%, Iris is down 15%. So there's a chunk of these that are down, there's a chunk that are pretty much sideways, and then some of these have run up over the last month. So what I want to do is keep my eye on this and see if these trends continue. Are we finding some winners and losers here, or is it too soon to start calling that? I mean, certainly BitDigital is not the big winner out of all the Bitcoin miners. However, they did put out some data that was extremely good. It's the best report they've had in a year, and it's a report that to me showed that they look like they are certainly going to survive this. So they were priced in to go out of business, and I think the last 1 or 2 monthly updates have convinced the market that maybe they've veered back onto the right path. These are the market caps last month versus this month. So I just wanted to point a few things out. If you look, Marathon right now has the largest market cap. So the blue lines are the market caps as of this weekend, so as of right now. So Marathon has regained the largest market cap. Riot is now second, and Core Scientific is now third. But what I want to show you is a month ago, Core Scientific was at $715 million, and Marathon was at $705 million. It's now a month later, Core Scientific is down to $507 million, and Marathon is up to $854 million. So those two large cap stocks relative to the Bitcoin mining sector have had very opposite experience. Marathon has had a big run up. The second largest miner by market cap is Riot, and it's had a nice run up. It was at 575, and now it's at 754 million. Whereas Riot and Marathon seem to be trending in the right direction, Core has been trending in the wrong direction big time. So these are in ranking order. So if you look along the bottom, from a market cap standpoint, these are the largest to the smallest of the Bitcoin miners. So I'm going to try to start putting out more simple graphs like this that are a little more visual. Please let me know if you guys like this and if this is easier to digest than some of the spreadsheets that I put out with a million numbers on them. So let me know. Drop me a comment below if these are ones that you want me to keep my eye on, if you got other ones in specific that you're thinking about. Really, there's the potential for this to go either way. I'm still leaning towards the fact that we've had some bullish momentum, and I don't see anything really standing in the way of that continuing. So that's the goal. I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow we can be maybe taking a run at 22,000. However, if it goes the other way, we'll check back in tomorrow and we'll talk. So thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please remember to subscribe and smash the like button.